Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. I'm just going to dive straight in. I actually have some channeled messages for you, which I love. Bringing that back if you guys like it. So let me know in the comments if it means anything to you. So for the water signs, there was a lot around this being a very emotionally driven week. Now, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. I think it's more about kind of cleansing and also about really addressing what's going on within you, right? And it is for a water sign, you are a water sign, Scorpio, so it makes some sense that at times the messages are around your feelings and emotions. So it's about your community at this time, who you surround yourself with, your romantic relationships even as well. It really is a good time to cleanse and also understand what's going on there. Spirit also wanted to speak a bit about feeling blessed, right? Really reflecting on life from an emotional standpoint and thinking about, I'm really glad that didn't happen, because like the things that you once wanted, right? That person that you really wanted turns out they're craphead, and it's like, oh, I'm really glad that didn't work out. So it's almost like the energy of feeling blessed and looking at things in life that once felt like the whole world was ending, and now you're realizing actually that was all of these things are aligning for my greatest good, and I didn't see that at the time. And feeling blessed even on your day to day, even if you don't feel blessed in life, right? But there might be, food on your plate during the day, and that's a blessing. Or there's a roof over your head, or you have some people who really love you and support you, or, it's just all these things. So writing a gratitude list is going to be very, very important for you guys, and taking it easy is a really important time for you to do that too. And you can still work and you can still do some things that you want to do if you want. But again, prioritizing your feelings and emotions this week is very important. And one of the key things that I was seeing, or hearing rather, was get ready for a new adventure, but lead with your heart when chasing your dreams seemed to be like a very important thing. What else? We got taking time out for reflection and gratitude, set that, putting down the heavy load and being able to rest and heal, so you don't have to force anything this week. Okay, remember that. You've been doing too much lately or holding on to too much, so it's a really good time to let it go for this week, or again, process it so you can let things go, or delegate even as well. Really important time for making sure that you sleep well, that you are healing, right? Maybe that's your physical body, your mental world, your physical, we said that, emotional and spiritual world. All of these need your attention. One really random thing I got was allergies, so pay attention to allergies as well. Okay, if you're allergic to anything or whatever, make sure that you're bringing your medication. Something about allergies came up. And also lastly, there are people who can help you. You don't need to worry about this alone, was the message that came through. And some of you might be going on vacation or trip or some sort of movement happening in your life. But anyway, let's dive into your reading. I have goddess oracles coming through. So you have Hatha, which says receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. I love that. You have Coventina, purification, which I was saying, it's time for a cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. So make sure that you are also aligning your external world, or physical world as I like to call it, to make sure that you're also not getting distracted too much in that, because it might be preventing you from really paying attention to what's going on within. And White Tower already came up for someone today. I think it was a fire sign. It's all about sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. And that, could be in relation to being purified. Maybe you're actually really, where it's like, I'm seeing just this beautiful white light washing over you. And now that everything is being purified, you'll start to kind of see a bit more clearly any of that darkness that might be seeping in. So, maybe you're going through your own spiritual journey, and then you meet up with an old friend and it's like, whoa, I didn't realize, you're seeing things differently. You're seeing things more clearly now that you are, what's reminding me of, like, really random story. But I was vegan for some time, and I remember that, one drunken night, I was like, I'm going to have chicken nuggets, right? And then I ate it after not eating meat for so long. And I was like, this tastes disgusting, and it's almost like now that you were cleansed from it, coming back to it, you're getting almost a true taste of it, so it's almost like that I'm seeing in your life as well. And it could be things that you're detoxing, And when you go to do it based on some sort of temptation or, just having fun or whatever you want to do, you're like, wow, I didn't realize how bad that was, that I was doing that, or I didn't realize that was so bad for me. So, there's all this kind of thing that's coming up around that. So really random, but I just wanted to let you know that you're just really getting more clear. All right. Now that you're healing yourself, you know what love really feels like. You're like, damn, like these people don't treat me very right. Like, why are they being so rude or mistreating me? So you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing. You're becoming increasingly sensitive, which also is good for your intuition too. Anywho, let's dive into your reading for my gorgeous Scorpios out there. Let's see what's going on for Scorpios. What's going on here? Okay, that card just came out for Cancer signs, the leg up card. Okay, I feel like spirit's coming in. I'm hearing spiritual support, which I like a lot, right? So the leg up card says you don't have to do everything alone, which again makes a lot of sense with the channeled messages, because sometimes we're tired, all right? But we're having to force, but spirit's saying don't do that, like take a break from time to time, allow other people to help you. Receptivity's here, allow yourself to receive some help. Sometimes actually what I was feeling for Cancer signs as well was like sometimes we are control freaks. It has to go in a particular way, or I want to be able to be the one to do that, but I'm tired. So, it's almost that energy. And what I was saying to cancer signs as well was like, maybe you feel like the only way that it's going to be done properly is if you do it, right? Whether it's cleaning in the house or showing up in a relationship or in the workspace, but it could be doing more harm than good, and it's not giving you the time and space to make sure that your body is rejuvenated. Some of you might be working extra hours because I can deal with it. Doesn't mean that you have to, though. You understand what I'm saying here? It's almost like that's the energy I'm seeing. So the leg up says it's okay, reach out for support if you need it, or at least rely on spirit, okay? Especially if you don't know where to go. Sometimes we don't have the knowledge, and that makes a lot of sense. If you're trying to go from rags to riches, and you don't fully know. If you're the first person in your family to break generational cycles, then you don't have that guidance. So allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to understand that, okay, you're being guided somewhere, allow yourself to be guided by others, right? It does feel a bit like it can be about the universe, which I'm seeing here, but also others too. Anyway, a leg up says getting a boost from someone is important during this week. You have never-ending story, which does speak a little bit about what I would call attachments or obsessions. It doesn't have to be anything bad, by the way. But sometimes we're obsessed with that one thing that we're waiting for, and it's like, when am I going to get this clarity? Or when is that person going to reach out to me? Or, when is my life going to get good? And we're so caught up on that we're not able to, 1, create it, 2, allow it to happen naturally, and 3, we can't be happy in the meantime until that one thing is done or clear or whatever. So when this card comes through, you might be, yes, the blockage is the timing of something or the lack of clarity around something, but it doesn't mean you can't have fun in the now, okay? So Spirit says here, don't drain your own energy trying to force something that is not going to be budged by you, okay? Go have fun in the meantime, because it's only a matter of time before something becomes clearer, right? This timer is running out, right? You're getting closer and closer to whatever it is you're waiting for, which we'll figure out in a second. But stop obsessing over it, because you're just draining your own energy, right? Go have fun. Go get your color bag. Go have fun, basically. Serendipity coming through as well does speak about being in the right place at the right time. So what they're showing me is like when you let go of control, things naturally start to happen, because that was what was supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to let go have some fun, let go of control, and then all of a sudden you end up in the right place at the right time. It's like waiting indoors for the love of your life. It's like, why am I not having love in my life? And then you never leave the house. And whenever you get that nudge to go walk in the park one day, or go to that event, you say no. It's like, well, there you go. You're blocking your own things from coming in, because you're not putting yourself out there. You see what I'm saying? Just a little example, because once you let go of this one thing that you're attached to, it just happens. Why? Because Spirit's been waiting for you to ask them for support and put yourself out there. Anyway, this does represent serendipity coming into your world this week. There's a lot more color to this card. And of course, it's green, could be heart chakra, could be about the sensitivity, but of course, it represents luck as well. So there is a lucky opportunity coming your way. Up to you, though, if you take it or not. Like I said, This is my free will card. So something's going to cross your path. It's up to you if you want to see how far it will take you. Okay, let's dive into your reading then, because I'm a yapper. All right, let's see what's going on for you guys. I'm sorry, guys. I've not yet shuffled, but my whole thing just broke. So I'm hoping that the other part of this reading is saved. But anyway, if you're watching this, then hopefully it has. Let's see. What is going on for the Scorpios? But if you didn't hear what I just said, I said the Three of Wands showed up on the bottom of the deck and the Chariot. And I said the difference between both of those is that one is waiting around for it to happen and fall into their lap, and the other one is going out there, putting herself outside the comfort zone to make it happen, okay? Let's dive in. What is the energy of the week? Six of Wands, gaining attention, gaining success, being celebrated, all right? There will be something that you're feeling happy about. Seven of Wands in your energy is saying despite the odds, you will have success over something, but I'm going to look at that Ten of Swords because I need to. Ten of Cups is good though. Challenge your day-to-day, your routines. What are you giving your time and energy to? Being stubborn, holding on too much to something. Advice. Eight of Wands. Allow things to happen naturally. The Devil being your advice. Again, that is attachments. So your energy is a Ten of Swords in the near future, which of course is like in your energy is an end of something. Maybe an end of an old way of doing things, for example, because it's in your energy. And the Sun being the energy of the near future too. So the near future is bright. However, you might not be feeling like it. Let's dive in. What a mixture. I'm going to dive straight into the tarot. Okay. Why is the Six of Wands the energy of the week, please? So you are overcoming lack with more abundance, right? The Ace of Cups does speak about maybe, you and someone else might be getting out of the cold. Five of Pentacles could be that there is some sort of lack in your life or feeling disconnected from others, but the Ace of Cups coming through and the Six of Wands does look like you're being celebrated. Love could be offered to you this week, especially if you're single. You could be finding more worthiness within yourself, okay? When the Five of Pentacles comes in, maybe you feel, again, left out in the cold, neglected. There's a wound here. Low self-esteem. Six of Wands with the Ace of Cups says that you're getting a lot more attention at this time, Scorpio, and there is love opportunities coming your way. In relationships, like I said, if there has been something going on there, that will be fixed, okay? Ace of Cups is great for that. Let's look at the Eight of Wands. Why is this the advice? The Devil. So it is about releasing attachments. Like I said, it's exactly what I was saying. This says all obstacles are lifted. Things are now flowing, moving forward very quickly, but it's your advice. And being paired with the Devil in the same advice position says that you guys are chained up to something and it's not allowing you to move forward with your life. What are you chained up to? It could be fears, could be addictions, attachments, this never-ending story. What is this Devil? Knight of Cups. Oh, yeah. Sensitivity. This is a card of vulnerability. You're becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. That Devil is the harsh stuff that they're wanting you to avoid. Addictions. Hey, who's that smoking over there? Just kidding. But the Knight of Cups, yeah, so what I'm seeing is like you're never going to know what's on the other side of this until you get to the other side of this. You have to push through. Because the Knight of Cups to me is like overcoming an emotional barrier. And in your case, it really is like doing something that you don't want to do, but you know it's going to be good for you. Whether that's letting go of someone, Scorpio, that could be, an ex. That could be a person who you love, you have an attachment to, but it's not a good relationship. This is the Devil's controlling, the Devil's blah, 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 blah. Could be fear, your attachment to fear holding you back. Could be a comfort zone, right? It's preventing you from moving forward. You want to move forward. I know you do. You want to get out of this hellhole is what I'm hearing. Whatever that cycle is that you're stuck in, a cycle that you're stuck in, this waiting for your life to get better cycle. You gotta let go of that thing first. It doesn't happen the other way around. So when you overcome this anxiety, this worry, this vulnerable chapter, that's when things suddenly stop moving. Like I said, with the serendipity, right? It feels like when you let go of this, it happens. Can I know exactly what the devil is? I guess it's a general reading, so it really could be anything for you guys, but let's just get one more. What's the devil doing here? 4 swords. So some of you, it's about healing, for sure, about something. Who is that? No, we're not giving people second chances when they have hurt you that badly. Okay? You deserve much better things. And it makes sense that the Empress coming through there, because it is, it feels like Spirit trying to push you to have more in life. You deserve much more. So let go of whatever this is. Now, that could be your own self-sabotage, right? The devil, again, could be your own addictions, your own attachment to certain things, your past, or a shadow side, or again, competence, whatever it is. Be vulnerable enough to explore what's on the other side of this, because your whole life could change. 6 of Pentacles. Why is this the challenge? It's about your day-to-day. Hermit reverse is interesting. On top of receptivity. I didn't know I couldn't say that word till now, which is interesting because it is a card of balance. I think your challenge is actually about seeing situations in your life differently, through a different lens, right? Through enlightenment, right? The Hangman's about that. I do think that there's a lot of things in your life, Scorpio, that you're having to really address is not right for you. The Hermit reverse is interesting because usually it's about wisdom, understanding from a higher perspective, but in reverse, it's about lack of wisdom. And maybe that means making unwise choices of where you're putting your time and energy and who you're giving it to. And I think that's something that you're really addressing now, where you've been unwise with who you give your energy to. Or where maybe you've not accepted, maybe receiving from others. There's been an imbalance. Can you tell me more about that? Ace of Wands. A new start, a new idea. I'm getting the sense for some of you where you're the type of person that lets everyone else eat first, which is fine. That shows strength in character, but also a lack of priority in yourself, if I said that correctly. It's like, oh, I have this idea. You should, like, you want the idea, but it's like when you explain it to someone, it's like, oh, I really love that. I would love to do it too. It's like, oh, you can have it. It's okay. But and then you eat last. That's the thing that I'm seeing here. Anyway, Ace of Wands could also be that some of you are being called to maybe ask for a promotion or allow yourself to be promoted and not feel guilty about it. Why is the Hermit reverse? The Sun. Happiness. The Fool. 8 of Wands. That's the energy you're moving into. Maybe this is about the purification, because it is on top of that card too. Time to maybe change the way that you viewed things in life, so you can actually have a leap of faith, right? A new start, a new journey into the unknown, yeah. But what's known about it is that there's happiness on the other side of it, and you know that. You just have not seen it yet. Okay. Why is the 10 of Cups here? 2 of Cups. Oof. Love that. 2 Cups is soulmates. So some of you are meeting your happily ever after. If you're in a relationship, depends, right? Some of you are got that devil energy around, but some of you, if you are in a happy relationship and it's not a harsh relationship, the 10 of Cups again, or maybe you guys are dealing with this together, whatever it is, healing your own toxic things, whatever it is. I do see something good coming up in relationships for the majority of you, right? A lot of happiness, and also just community in general, right? Like I said in your your channeled messages, your pre-channeled messages, it is all about your community, loyalty, relationships around you, and your feelings. This is a really big time for heart-to-hearts for a better future. Anything else about the 2 of Cups? Page of Wands. Some of you are dating someone new, or will be. Or again, more flirtatiousness coming up in a connection. Why is Scorpio showing up as the 7 of Wands? Sometimes it's resistance. But this is saying that with your strength yeah, you're absolutely going to have more stability in your life. Judgment is a judgment call, right? Clarity, also a surrender, like finally being able to let something go, or it feels like the angels are blowing the trumpet on your strength. And also, what I'm getting from it is like, where I said, I don't know how to explain this, but sometimes the Seven of Wands is, I do see a bit like resistance. It's like you feel like that was the direction you're supposed to go in, or you tried to push through when life was kind of pushing you back. I don't know if releasing something makes things more easier for you, which again, I do feel like for the majority of you. What am I getting from this? I think it's your courage to let something go ends up being a really incredible decision, especially in terms of finances and security in maybe your career. It's like your courage is being rewarded, but in a lot of ways it's like resisting, no longer resisting something. Maybe you made excuses, like I don't want to ask for a promotion, or oh no, I don't want to let go of this, I want this person, they're gonna change. It's almost like there's resistance, and you thought like going in that direction you're gonna have success, but actually the reverse is true. When you let go of resisting or attaching, that's when things move. Yeah, it moves in a different direction, but actually it's the direction that Spirit's calling for you to go in. Does that make sense? Trying to explain my visions that I see to help you understand what I'm seeing. I don't know. All right. We're going on for a while here. Why is the Sun in the near future? Page of Pentacles. Love that. Taking the step into something new. Oh, great for finances, security, stability. Really good for more income, or again, just having a solid foundation. Like, this is beautiful. I love it so much. Page of Pentacles, learning something new, taking the first steps. It's like the apprentice cards of being like a student. So entering a fresh, new environment that you've never been in before. You're learning as you go, and it's very happy. And some of you could be getting a new job, for example, or again, like there's something going on there that feels very happy. Four of Pentacles is your challenge. Why is this here? Page of Swords. The Lovers reversed. Okay, there's a quote that's coming up, and it's like, not making a choice is still a choice. And oh my God, there's a quote that I really liked. What you're not changing, you're choosing. Page of Swords now this can be someone else around you who's very stubborn. They're not going to change. So again, that could be something you're having to let go of. It could be in terms of love, for example, right? They don't want to quit some habits that are non-negotiable for you, or the way that they are. I don't know. I'll let you resonate or relate to that however it does, because the Lovers is reversed. So yes, it can be about love, but no, it might be about choices for the majority of you that have been, again, or not making a choice. Yeah, right, as I said. If this is you, because we do have, like not wanting to let go of something, right? Not wanting to detach from it because you just need to know. I just need to know. Find out why you're holding on to something so much, because usually I just feel like there's something much deeper than what's on the surface here in terms of your feelings, like why you're holding on to something so much, or why you're being super stubborn about something. Are you afraid? Because usually this kind of like anger or aggression, or I don't know what I want to call this, power that's coming up in your energy of attachment, usually is like a shield for something much more sensitive underneath. Anyway, find out what it is, because Four Pentacles, nothing's going to grow or evolve here. Nothing's even going to move. All right, it's a bit of stubbornness. And a Page of Swords can be, again, about really diving deeper into your own triggers, or why you're acting a certain way, or why other people are. But you don't need to figure out other people. You just need to figure out a decision you need to make about it. The Devil in your advice. Why is this here again? For Scorpio? Yeah, it's not going to work. It's an inability to change, right? Five of Wands, round and round and round, conflicting, competitive, right? Comparing yourself to others. I don't know if it's internal or external. I'm going to give you a bunch of things like I have done. But the Devil is an attachment to something that's keeping you on a little merry-go-round. What do you guys call it in the US? I don't know. Merry-go-round. Those little things that just keep turning and turning and turning. It's Four of Cups. is about an inability to change. Like, it's about feeling bored and jaded and I don't like my life, but also I don't want to change or get up and do something different, you know? So it's difficult when it's like that, especially with the Eight of Pentacles reverse. It's like you're not going to see result from this perspective. And the same in the Devil energy. Something's not going to change until you change. Okay? So what you're not changing, you're choosing. Stuck up on a merry-go-round, some obsession or again temptations or round and round and round and round and round. Your advice, break the cycle. Detach. I'm going to get more advice actually. What is the advice you have for Scorpio in order to kind of detach from this devil energy? So that's about strategy. So don't just go cold turkey. I think you actually need a strategy in order to deal with this. What is the advice? Ace of Swords. It's also about admitting the truth to yourself. That something's not going to, you know, not going to change until you change something. Okay. 10 of Swords. Why is this the energy of Scorpio in the near future? Well, clearly you're changing because you're going to be choosing something different. Why is the 10 of Swords here? The Hanged Man. Looking at things through a different lens. Enlightenment. What is ending? What you're giving your time and energy to, and you're freeing yourself from your mind or from anything that's keeping you stuck. Love that for you. My goodness, I could cry. Anything else? You see how that jumped on top of the never-ending story? That's the card of reaching a goal, 1111, right? And also wish fulfillment and celebrating something. And because it's jumping on top of this, I absolutely see that you're breaking a cycle. Temperance. Healing, bringing harmony, taking time out to really kind of get your feet on the ground again. Beautiful energy and oh my God, healing, addressing it deep down. 10 of Cups, happiness, rainbow, happily ever after. So, sorry, excuse me, bless me. That's what I got for you. I wish you guys all the best. I send you love. It's an incredibly transformative energy for you. And yeah, my goodness. So good luck. If anyone can handle it, a Scorpio can. Breaking that devil energy out of your life feels very important. And remember, you don't have to do it all alone. Spirit's got your back. There are people that you can rely on at this time so you can get a leg up, because it's not all up to you to work it out or to handle this heavy load in life. Right? Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Okay? So my Scorpios are those warriors, you know, where it's like, I can do it. Let me do it. And it's like, no, girl. You don't have to fix everyone or do these things. Anyway, I love you. I wish you all the best. If you enjoyed the reading, make sure you guys like and subscribe and leave a